We are live at 6 o'clock. Good evening. I'm Stone Grissom.
And I'm Alicia Laventure. Colleen McVeigh is off tonight. More on that student brawl in a moment. But first, she says she was sexually assaulted by a fellow student at a party.
Now, a Stony Brook University student is speaking out over the way she says it handled her case. News 12 Long Island's Andrew Anger has that story.
Andrew Anger, News 12, Long Island.
Tubbs has a pretrial conference on her case in federal court in White Plains scheduled for March 25th. A somber farewell today to Edward Cardinal Egan. A funeral service was held for the Archbishop Emeritus at St. Patrick's Cathedral in Manhattan this afternoon. Egan was tapped to lead New York's Roman Catholic Archdiocese by Pope John Paul II back in 2000. In the days after the September 11th attacks, Egan handed out rosaries to workers searching for survivors and presided over the funerals for the victims. He retired in 2009. His successor, Timothy Cardinal Dolan, delivered the homily at the funeral mass. He called Egan a very humble man.
A eulogy, folks, would be easy and natural, but he'd have none of it. He'd simply want us here this afternoon to confess our faith in God rather than our praise of our departed cardinal.
Egan was laid to rest beneath the high altar at the cathedral. He passed away last Thursday after a heart attack. Edward Cardinal Egan was 82 years old. Well, it will be really pouring for whoever comes out on the losing end of that game.
The Rangers, by the way.
Can you tell who she's a fan of there?
It's going to be a good game no matter what. But yep,
so.
Heading home from the game later on. Some rain showers around, which I think many of you will be okay with.
You're watching News 12 Long Island. We're live at 6:12. He sat in a Nassau jail cell for more than 4 months, charged with a crime he could prove he didn't commit. Now a man is fighting back to make sure another innocent person doesn't have to endure what he did. News 12 Long Island's Sherry Einhorn has the story. A Levittown man today pleads not guilty to sharing child porn on the internet. Detectives say Charles Powers posted images of little girls ages 5 to 8 years old engaging in sexual acts. They say he took the pictures from a live video chat website. The 54-year-old was arrested at his Tower Lane home yesterday. Police investigating a deadly overdose wind up arresting 3 people on drug charges. It happened last night at the intersection of Grape and Glow Lanes in Hicksville. Police arrested Cassandra Delgado and Donovan Joseph, both of Hempstead, as well as a woman from Schenectady. Now, this happened after detectives say they made arrangements to buy drugs from the trio. As far as the fatal overdose, police haven't said much about it, but the 3 people arrested were not involved. All right, let's get a quick check of the weather now. You can expect periods of rain tonight with fog in a few areas. The lows will be near 39 degrees. Tomorrow morning, you'll see some fog and drizzling, but that will eventually give way to sunshine in the afternoon. It will be mild with the highs near 53. Hi there, I'm Alicia Laventure. The time right now is 6:20. Let's take a look at some of the headlines. A former Stony Brook University student who claims she was sexually assaulted is now suing the school. Sarah Tubbs says when she told campus police she was attacked by a fellow student at a party in January of last year, they told her she didn't have a viable case. She says she was forced to plead her case to the school's court and question her alleged attacker. Stony Brook says it can't comment on pending litigation. Was a violent brawl sparked by racial tensions at Connecticut High School? Some students claim those tensions exist at the school. Others say the fight had nothing to do with race. A Board of Education meeting is scheduled for tonight. Funeral services were held for Edward Cardinal Egan at St. Patrick's Cathedral in Manhattan this afternoon. Egan, who led the Archdiocese of New York from 2000 to 2009, was remembered as a humble man who worked heroically for his flock. The Archbishop Emeritus died last Thursday at the age of 82.
All right, moving to the forecast. So, Sam, when are we going to get all that beautiful snow back?
No, Stone.
This one, let me tell you, out of everyone here, he was complaining the most about the snow.
And now
and then guess what? When we have sunshine and it's 90 degrees, you're like,
no complaints. No complaints.
I'm just busting your chops. No, it's been nice out lately.
You guys missed it. You should have heard Stone working his inner baritone during the package.
It's very inner. It's extremely inner. All right, here's looking at some of the stories you'll see in the next 30 minutes.
Long Islanders earning a minimum wage could soon be bringing home fatter paychecks.
Yeah, there's a plan to create a higher minimum wage for the island. Our Christine Insinga has that story.
Alicia.
Thank you, Christine. Turns out fewer Long Islanders are out of work. The island's unemployment rate was 5.3% in January. That's down 0.6% from the same time last year. A breakdown by the county shows Nassau's unemployment rate down 0.5% to 5%. This while Suffolk's rate dropped to 5.7%. New Yorkers struggling to heat their homes can now apply for more assistance. Governor Cuomo announced today residents can apply for a second round of emergency funding through the Home Energy Assistance Program. Normally, households can only receive one regular payment and one emergency benefit from HEAP per season. An additional $33 million from the federal government made the extra help possible. For more information, you can call the HEAP hotline, that number 1-800-342-3009. The U.S. ambassador who was slashed in a knife attack in South Korea is now out of the hospital.
I feel pretty darn good, all things considered. I mean, it was obviously a scary incident, but I'm walking, talking, holding my baby.
Mark Lippert wouldn't go into specifics about last week's attack, but he said he wouldn't let the incident change him and his open and friendly approach when dealing with people. Lippert needed 80 stitches on his face and surgery on his arm after he was attacked by a man with a knife last week. The suspect was screaming about Korean unification and was arrested. Tonight, a Bronx man is facing several charges, including assault on a police officer after allegedly pointing a laser at aircrafts at LaGuardia Airport.
Why'd you point the laser? I did. I was sleeping.
That's Frank Egan. Police say he shined a laser from his Bronx apartment at several aircrafts taking off and landing at the airport. They say 3 pilots, including 2 police officers in a helicopter, suffered eye injuries. The NYPD Aviation Unit says it tracked that laser there back to Egan's apartment. They say the 36-year-old admitted to using it. What's in a name? A lot. That's what people in one Nassau community are saying. News 12 Long Island's Danielle Campbell explains.
Danielle Campbell, News 12 Long Island.
Now, we contacted the Federal Census Bureau earlier today to find out how and why this area in Uniondale was redesignated. We're still waiting for their response. And a quick reminder that tomorrow we're going to get an update on your taxes, roads, and crime in Nassau and how government is handling it all. Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano will deliver his annual State of the County address tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Of course, News 12 will carry it live for you. And after the speech, Mr. Mangano will be answering your questions live on the air.